Hello, we're at the Wyndham Garden, North Dallas, and here with me today, I have Miss HONEYDROPS.
Hi, Shira. How are you?
Very good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Tell us about what is coming up and why we're here.
Okay, so we're here at the Wyndham Gardens, North Dallas, and this is actually the wonderful venue for the first annual Miss Fashion and Beauty Africa pageant, and it's going to be on June 25th, 2016. Can't wait.
Oh my goodness. First of all, the name HONEYDROPS. I know you get that a lot.
Yeah.
And what's the origin of that name? That's the cutest name. You'd fall in love with you.
I know. I mean, when I say and introduce myself, say I'm HONEYDROPS, and people look at me like, they first take a second look, and then they start laughing, and I'm like, that's actually my name. It's actually my name because I'm from Nigeria, and I'm from the South, and in the South we give our children very meaningful names, and my name is actually Oyinkansola Jinaduadu, and Oyinkansola means honey drops into wealth. And I just felt like I didn't really need to look farther when I was starting my company about 10 years ago. And I was like, it's going to be HONEYDROPS. And that's it. And it's kind of followed me through. And it's really become very synonymous with who I am. HONEYDROPS. I'm HONEYDROPS. I'm Oyinkansola. I'm HONEYDROPS. And that's it.
Wonderful. Wow. Well, tell us about your organization.
Okay. So my organization started about 10 years ago. And it's HONEYDROPS LLC. We started with doing professional makeup artistry because I love makeup, I love fashion, I love looking good. And out of that hobby and passion just birthed a business that I started doing professional makeup freelancing, doing makeup for people around North Dallas, eventually around the United States. And from there, I kind of metamorphosized into the fashion industry. And part of that metamorphosis led me to hosting beauty pageants, fashion shows, and things like that. But my love for African fashion has always been the constant as as my company and my business and my journey continued. I've always loved African fashion, and a lot of people that know me will know that everywhere I go, anytime I have the opportunity, even in my professional job, I would always represent myself as an African, even in the way I dress.
Okay.
Okay.
First of all, thank you so much. This is all HONEYDROPS. She did my makeup, so thank you so much. You made me look so beautiful.
Oh, you were beautiful already. I just had to enhance everything that you had.
Okay. I know your background is in microbiology, and you also teach for a living. What ignited this passion, for you to start thinking that you could make this into, first of all, it was a vision, it was a dream, then you now want to turn it into a vision. What ignited that spark?
So my background in science is very, very awesome. I love it. And then I went ahead and got a master's in psychology, which is, just working with the mind and people. And that was something that I thoroughly enjoyed. And started working with the Dallas School District to help kids. And I mean, it's a wonderful and fulfilling profession. But my first love has always been fashion and beauty. And, being in the industry, you always see a lot of things happening, but it's a repetition of what has happened before. It's someone trying to do the same thing that someone else has done. So while on my journey in the pageant world, I mean, it's just been a very short journey, but I just realized that if you want to do something very unique and very distinctive, you have to get creative.
Exactly.
So I had to kind of step back for a couple of months, and I thought, deeply about how to make this very unique. And taking two things that I love, fashion and beauty, together kind of just came naturally to me, and it was just a God-given thing. Initially, it seemed like a crazy idea, trust me. But over time, it's becoming more of a mission and a vision that I see that I can actually take two things I love and promote the continent that I love the most, Africa.
Right.
And, just represent myself as an African in the best way possible.
You have an upcoming event. Tell us about that.
So my event is Miss Fashion and Beauty Africa. This is the first of its kind. It's a very unique concept. We're merging fashion and beauty together in one synonymous piece. We are taking beautiful models and putting them in a pageant competition, but we're also taking talented African designers, and we're very specific in the niche area that we're covering, which is African fashion. So we're taking African talented designers and putting them in this competition with a contestants, because we not only want to build an organization that identifies with Africa predominantly, but we want to build an organization that gives back to not only the people participating in the competition, but to the community as a whole.
So when you say that it's the very first of its kind, what do you mean?
I mean, a pageant competition merging with fashion show, I don't think has ever been done.
Okay.
We are creating something very unique. We are creating a platform for two areas of the industry to have a spot in the same place. So we have the models competing for a crown, but we also have the designers competing to expand their brand, becoming the top designer. I mean, there's different fashion shows where you have the best designer, and there's different beauty pageants. Texas is a pageant state. There's different pageants where you have Miss, Mrs., or Little Miss of some type of category, but we are having a pageant that has a Miss Fashion, a junior Miss Fashion as well,
Okay.
and we're also having the top designer of the year
Okay.
crowned on the same stage, working together in the competition to reach a goal. So as I started working on this vision, I've been very fortunate to come across wonderful people who are a lot smarter than me, who know a lot more than me, and they have been able to come on board this project to form a very awesome team for me. And everyone is working in very, very unique positions to make sure that this vision becomes a global mission for all of us. I mean, we have different departments in the organization. We have the pageant coordination, we have a marketing team, we have our business side of things that takes care of all our contracts and all of the engagements that we need to bring in outside help for. So I have a very, very strong team behind me. And one of those members of my team is Smiley Gal Entertainment. It's based out of Miami. And we also have the Coleman Production. So Coleman Production is the wonderful genius that is going to be taking our winners to Miami Fashion Week next year. So they are really offering this prize package, which I think is super awesome, to our designers and contestants, building a wonderful campaign around them. As soon as we round up the competition, the very next day, the campaign is going to be launched, and they're going to start taking photo shoots and branding them, introducing national media to cover this shoot and cover these individuals and their businesses. So the designers the designer who's going to win this, and the contestants who's going to be the first Miss Fashion and Beauty Africa, have something wonderful waiting for them after the competition. So I'm super excited for them. And Coleman Company, we also have a cosmetic company that is also sponsoring this event. It's called Visage Cosmetics. It's a wonderful company out of Haiti, one of the top 3 brands in Haiti, and they are coming in to support Miss Fashion and Beauty Africa as the official cosmetic company. They're going to be supplying all the cosmetics that we need for the show, and also giving prizes and branding campaign opportunity to our winners.
Wow.
We have Bongapoa, who is helping us with our marketing. This wonderful production would not be possible without Bongapoa. We are so honored to be a part of your team and to also have you be a part of ours. And we have African Girls Killing It, which is a wonderful blog online on social media. They're huge in the African sector, promoting African fashion every single day. And we have the Maintain Show, which is a Liberian talk show. They've also been with us from the very beginning, promoting us and, going hard with all our promotional efforts. And I have my personal administrative team. I mean, without them, I could not do anything. They help with pageant coordination. They help with ticket sales. They help with mobilizing. They help with recruiting designers and contestants, keeping up with everything that I cannot do by myself, because I can't say this is a HONEYDROPS thing. It's a huge network of people that have come on board this project, and they're working tirelessly to help make this vision a reality. So we're working so hard together to give Dallas a show that they're never going to forget. And finally, we have Heather Marie Designs. Look at this. Check this out.
That's pretty.
This is our official Miss Fashion and Beauty pageantee. We have 2 designs. Actually, we have about 3 designs. And all of these phenomenal bling tees are available online for sale, and we're going to be releasing that real soon. And it's designed by our wonderful Heather Marie Designs, and she's working with us, not only designing and working for us, but she's really given a lot to the competition, to our contestants, our designers. She is a wonderful blessing to our organization. And right now, that is all the people that I have on my team that make this vision so much more driven in the direction that it needs to go. And I'm so excited about it. But, we're always happy to have more people come join us because this is a global vision and we can do it on our own. We need more people to help us take this to the level that it needs to go.
Wonderful. You are so passionate about this, and the spirit in you just exudes your smile, your tone. And I'm wondering, how far are you willing to go to make this vision succeed?
Oh, wow. How far am I willing to go? I'm not willing to go further than God is willing to take this.
That's beautiful.
I can't go as far as He will go. He goes because, I go because He's moving. This vision was given by God, and I will say it anywhere, loud and proud. This is a God-given vision. It's a global vision, and He's taking it where it needs to go. I'm just here being like a little instrument, and every day a little bit and a little piece of the vision keeps getting revealed, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right.
And I'm just an instrument that God is using. So I'm just going to go as far as He's willing to take this. I'm available.
Wonderful. I know along the way you've met lots of challenges, and I'm sure you have, because this is very, very unique concept that, as you've mentioned. But I know there are challenges along the way. Would you care to mention some of these challenges and how you've managed to, outwit them? Because if you're here, you've outwitted lots of them.
Yes, I definitely have. And I wouldn't say I have. God has been faithful. It's difficult starting something new from the ground up. And that's what we've had to do, my team and I. Starting something new on the ground up just with a strong belief. Not even strong, crazy belief that we're just going to do something different and unique and we're going to help a lot of people. That's just the heart with which I went into this, knowing that if this was going to work out, it was going to impact the lives of many people, Africans in particular. So I have been able to overcome a lot of the discouragements that might have come. And part of that is obviously the financial responsibility that lies on the organization. We have to put in a lot of financial efforts and financial resources. And we've been fortunate, but we still need a lot of help. And, obviously being able to partner with the right individuals in the community, getting the right stakeholders to come to the table, that has been huge. But we have also been fortunate, and we're gradually immersing ourselves out there. People are knowing about us, and we are overcoming gradually. Of course, part of that is, meeting with Bongapoa and, getting this outlet to get our voice to the world.
Thank you.
And that is a wonderful honor that we don't take for granted. And any help that we get, we don't take for granted, because we know that without everyone coming to support us, we're not able to accomplish this vision.
That's great. So who's your biggest supporter or mentor?
Honestly, my journey has been very unique. I don't have a particular human being who mentors me. I've had to trust God for a lot of things. And I've had to rely on Him for a lot of strength. But I would say personally, my biggest cheerleader is my husband. He's an engineer by trade, but he now knows more about fashion and beauty and makeup. Which is funny, but that is truly a man that you can trust, because he's willing to learn what you're passionate about to make it better for you. And of course, my children, my mom, oh my God, she's always praying for me, supporting me, just encouraging me. A lot of times she doesn't have a clue what I'm doing because I'm going so fast. Just working real fast and going. But she's always there to say, okay, what else do you need? What else do you need? And I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for you, and I'm supporting you. And my wonderful children. I'm on the road a lot, I'm out a lot, but they have learned to adapt to the fact that, okay, mommy is highly motivated. She has a lot of work to do, so we are going to support her. My little son will come to me every day after school, like, Mom, do you have a meeting today after work? And I'm like, yes. So, oh, but it's okay. And then on the days when I'm like, no, I don't have a meeting, I'm staying home, he's like, yay, he's excited. But they understand the life, and they understand the legacy that I'm building for them, because they're the next generation, and they're going to take this to the next level. So we need to set the foundation right for them. So that is my anchor. That's what keeps me grounded. My family, my faith, and my team of wonderful people.
What do you hope to achieve with this venture eventually?
Oh my God, that is a huge question. We hope to accomplish a lot with this because, like I've always said, this is a global vision. Miss Fashion and Beauty Africa is going to become the pioneering platform for African fashion and beauty to stand together and elevate Africa in a future not too distant from now, people are going to begin to see African fashion on the international scene in a different light. We are going to begin to pull talent from Africa, because the next phase of this project is going back to Africa to recruit designers through a national. We're going to have a phenomenal event over there as well.
Super.
So we are going to begin to pull the real and raw talent from Africa. I mean, it could be a tailor from down the street where we grew up from. It could be some designer who is local somewhere that nobody knows about. But we are going to go to Africa, set up a showcase, and give them the opportunity to show us what they have, and we'll make a selection every year and bring them over here to compete in this competition, and then take them to the next level, put them in fashion weeks all around the United States, include them in our production, and pitch it to networks. I mean, this vision is going everywhere. Everybody is going to know about Miss Fashion and Beauty Africa, and this is going to be something that Africa can stand proud and tall and say, this is something that elevates Africa in a positive light. This is something that showcases what we have to offer as a people.
Which actually we really need. We need that.
Yes.
We need that.
Yes.
Because we are tired of watching just, you know, the negativity in Africa, the poorness. You know, this is something that actually is going to elevate us to the next level.
It will.
You know, not just tourism, but our own authentic, unique styles and different shades of color.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So we're going to pull Africans from East Africa, West Africa, South Africa. Every African nation and part of community will be represented in this organization. Okay. And you know, part of what you said is taking the negativity out is why we decided that not only are we going to give African fashion and beauty a platform, we are also going to be the voice to stop and end domestic violence.
Yes.
This is an evil that is just eroding away at our community, and you know, nothing is being said because of the culture, and nobody wants to stand up against it. Oh, some people are doing some work here and there, but we are going to be the global voice to scream out loud and say, we need to end domestic violence. And that's why domestic violence is a cause that we have chosen and we have adopted to support every single year. Okay. So you mentioned Africa having, you know, needing the positive image, needing something positive to look out for and look up to and look forward to. And part of that is why we chose a cause, a very worthy cause, which is raising money for victims of domestic violence, helping raise our voices, using our global platform to shine a very bright light and say we're advocating against domestic violence, against all forms of violence, sex trafficking, against everything that affects our community in a negative way. So that's why we're supporting victims of violence. And part of our effort this year, which we're going to do every year, is raising money to support the Center of Empowerment for Families and Youth, which helps at-risk youth and their families victims of domestic violence. And we're also going to be supporting Smiley Girl Entertainment Sedentra Foundation, which is putting together a new software and technology, which is called the Global Alert. And the Global Alert is something that has been launched in Jamaica, and that is similar to our Amber Alert, which helps us to locate victims that have been abducted, kidnapped, or trafficked for sex purposes. So we are supporting these two foundations, and we need to raise a lot of money to make sure that these two foundations have what they need to put an end to violence in our community. We're trying to raise over $100,000. And I know that seems like a huge feat for a first-year organization, but I believe, you know, that if we believe and we put our hearts together and our minds together, we can achieve anything. And that's why we're reaching out to organizations out there, individuals out there who are willing to do something, who are willing to make an impact, to come and join us in this fight. Help us raise the money that we need. Help us support these organizations so we can actually do something wonderful. Other than taking, we want to give back to the community, and that's what Miss Fashion and Beauty Africa pageant is all about.
You're so passionate about this. I just love your spirit. And I know people are going to be wondering, where can we go? Where can we go to find more information on how we can support this organization, how we can support this cause? Could you share the social platforms that you're using right now?
Yeah, there's several ways to participate in supporting us. You can become a sponsor, you can become a partner with us, and you can definitely buy tickets to the show. And all the information for this is found on the website, www.missfashionandbeautyafrica.com. And we also have a GoFundMe page that we've set up to raise these funds. It's GoFundMe.com/MFBA pageants. And we're also everywhere on social media, on Facebook, Miss Fashion and Beauty Africa pageants, on Instagram, Miss Fashion and Beauty Africa. We're on Twitter. Check us out. Come on board with us. Like our page on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, visit our website, and most importantly, get your tickets now. It's available online on Eventbrite and on the website. We have several categories of tickets, but any ticket that you buy, you have to realize that you are going to be supporting a wonderful organization. You are going to be promoting Africa in a very positive light, and you are going to, most importantly, be helping victims of domestic violence. Let's end this evil. Let's help our own. Let's help our community. And let us, most importantly, elevate Africa.